Hi guys, we're back at Smash Fishing. It's currently 1:30 in the morning. I've brought my pannier out and we're going to go after some prawns. I've wanted to go for just prawns for a little while, but I keep getting distracted going after lobsters and bass. So hopefully we can get some monsters tonight. We could even find some other creatures, you never know. It's Smash Fishing, baby. Woo! Haven't used my pannier in a little while. Shout out to Guernsey Panniers on Instagram. He was nice enough to make this for me. Can't wait to use this. The reason I've brought this tonight, my normal foraging bag, it crushes the prawns, and I found out on the last trip it had a hole in it. So bringing this, it will keep them nice and fresh and alive. Nothing's getting crushed. Finding a few in here. There's a lot of small ones in this pool, like sort of 1.5 inch sort of range. There's some in there that are quite decent as well. It's very mixed in here, but it's worth netting around. You find like little clusters of them, and in there we've got a few big ones, some nice sized prawns. I'm not going to take any smaller than sort of that sort of size, because there is a lot of prawns around. So we get these sorted into the pan here, we'll go find some giant. As you can see, with a pan here, the water just sits in it nicely, so all I've got to do is just pick the prawns out and chuck them in. And as you can see, it just keeps them perfectly alive. That's a beauty. All the foraging stuff is down. We're going for a walk, go find some more prawns. Look at that. That's how you want your seafood, nice and fresh. Under ledges like this, there's a big rock. If you go right underneath these, often you can find the bigger prawns just sitting in there. There's a couple in there. Lovely little wrasse there. I know we got a few prawns in this one. I was just running this net straight underneath the seaweed. But there, as you can see, there's a lot of this sort of size, the smaller ones. So I might make a move to a different spot, see if we can find any bigger ones. There's a chunk of a prawn here. Oh, we got him. That's a beauty. Some of the prawns around here are monsters. You've just got to find out exactly where they are. Some really nice ones in here. This other part, I've just come to another little reef. We started to find a few better ones. It's weird how you go to a different spot and just the stamp of them are completely different. You can get some really big ones, and then some, there's a good average of mediums. Definitely some better ones in here. Seems like as that tide's going down, the prawns are definitely getting bigger and more of them. I've seen a really big one in here before. Oh, there we go. That's a nice jumbo prawn. That. Got a few nice ones in here. Starting to find those real big ones. Look at that. Lovely solid prawns as well. Look at that one. That's definitely biggest of the day. That's the little mini lobsters we're after. And the size of that. That's the beauty of a prawn. That's got to be 3 inches long, that. Straight in the basket. Hopefully we can get a few more like this. We're definitely on the right path. Oh, there's another beauty there. Look at that. That's another chunker. Look at the size of some of these guys. Absolute buster prawns. There's not a huge amount, but I'm just slowly working my way through, just netting a few. But there is a ton of them, about 1 inch long, 1.5 inches. But that's not what we're after tonight. We want those giants. Seems to be a ton more bigger prawns around this side of the bay. They are quite literally everywhere as well. I'm gonna have to go get my bag and come down this way. There's some big ones as well. Look how many's in there. Fair few in this bag. Gotta make sure they don't jump out, but the average, it's about that size. It's just a bigger average that side of the bay. I know there's some bigger prawns in here. Look at some of these bad boys. There's quite a few good ones in here. Definitely a better average. Look at that. That's a tiny little ballon wrasse there. They take on those greens. It's got a parasite on its head. Ooh. Here we go. There we go. Get rid of that parasite and set them free. While we're getting our prawns, we'll do the fish a favour. Look at that. We're starting to gather a few up now. We haven't even been here very long. Oh yeah. More prawns going in the bag. I've actually got quite a few big ones in this. And some stonkers as well. We found the perfect ground for them down the side. There's a little bit where there's a lot of like white gravelly sand, and the bigger prawns, they stick out like a sore thumb so you can see them really well. I'm not sure what that is. Some sort of pistol shrimp maybe, or some sort of krill. If you know, guys, leave it in the comments. Be interested to know. Awesome little creature. Big squid, guys. Boom. I did not expect that. Check this out. I'm just making sure there's no more swimming around. But there you go. That is a beauty of a squid. Oh my god. It made me jump. I was literally just looking around on the floor trying to find a few prawns, and then bam, this giant beast come out of nowhere. Fair to say I did not expect this today. Look at that for a squid. That's a beauty. Lovely red colour on it. We're going to keep this bad boy. What an absolute gem of a catch. Lovely big squid. And we got a few prawns in here as well, if he hasn't crushed them all. And there we go. Get all those in the basket. We'll dispatch our squid, and hopefully we'll find some more stuff out here. It's turned into a great forage, this. You can see we've got quite a few prawns in there, and now we've got one big old squid, which I don't really know what to do with. I might just keep it in there for now. I'm just going to leave it there. You can see it inking. Hopefully the prawns don't get squashed. I've decided to take the squid out. It was destroying my prawns, so I'm just going to give it a quick judo chop. Just want to show you guys, look at the colorations on these things. It's insane. What a forage this is turning out to be. Lovely squid that I can see by the size of my hand. Not an absolute giant, but it's a big one. That's when you know you've dispatched them properly, guys. Completely white all the way through. Perfect. We've got a few busters in there. We're picking up some absolute busters just going around the rocks like this. Oh wow, we've got pipefish and everything in there. Let's see what we got in this beauty. That right there is the snake pipefish. These get considerably bigger than this. Lovely little creature though. Let's watch him swim off. See you later, little buddy. And look at the size of some of these busters in here. I was just running it underneath the seaweed, right on the edges of the rocks, and I was just pulling up these monsters. These are the big prawns that we want. So I'm going to stay around here for a bit, because we've got quite a few in here. Oh, look at that one. Biggest prawn of the day by far. That's got to be getting on to 3 inches long, 3.5 inches. That's a beauty. We've just caught a beauty of a scorpion fish. Look at the size of that bad boy. Such a stunning little fish they are. That's the scorpion fish, also known as bullhead. Look at the colours on that thing. Absolutely gorgeous. Not going to keep it out of the water for too long, but just such a pretty fish. Lovely to see. Look at the size of this prawn. Look at that one. We're getting some absolute monsters. These are the prawns you want to see when you're foraging. Just got to roll my sleeve up. I don't know if this is a keeper or not. Oh, boom! Just found ourselves a scallop. You beauty. A couple of nice prawns in there as well. I'm going to keep looking around here. I was going to move, but if I'm going to start finding scallops and big prawns, I'm staying for a while. Lovely size scallop, that. Look at that beauty. That tiny little sea spider there. Look at that little cool creature. And underneath here, there is another beauty. I'm going to keep that scallop. We're on a right little forage at the moment. I'm going to head to a different side of the bay now, guys. Check out all these lovely fresh prawns that we're getting. And some of them are giant. So I'm going to head to this different part of the bay where I've seen them before. This has turned out to be a really good forage. Lovely sized squid, nice big scallop, and a bucket of prawns. Look at the size of that. That's definitely biggest prawn of the day, that's for sure. A little wrasse in there. A lot of these little wrasse have got parasites on. It's quite interesting. That long-legged spider crab there, and it's promoting the growth of some orange sponges. It's quite interesting. There is a ton of prawns around here. Come to a completely different side of the bay here, and there is just endless amounts of prawns here. That's what you want to see. Look at that. We're pulling up 2 or 3 every time, and they're decent size. Not gigantic prawns, but big enough to eat. Found a lovely little spot here. Oh, that one's gone. Right, try and keep the rest. All jumping out. They got some good average size. You've got these sort, and then you've got the really big ones. That's what I want to find. God, there's loads here. We're going to fill the basket tonight, guys, that's for sure. There's prawns everywhere. God, I got a few in there. I just seen a big swarm of really big prawns in this pool. And I took a swipe at it as soon as I could. Some little gobies in there. Oh, but look at these. These are the better ones for sure. And there's a lot of them. So therapeutic, this. Walking around with your shrimp net, just netting a ton. Oh, I absolutely love it. Especially on a night. This is my 4th night. This is my 3rd night foraging in a row. So my legs are beaten. Doing a bit of shrimping like this. Nice easy forage. Nice 15 spine stickleback there. You can see the spines there. There's 15 spines along his back. That's where he gets his name from. Got him the 2nd time. Working my way around the shore edge at the moment, guys. That tide's going to start turning soon. So I'm just going for a bit of a mooch around. Look at that jellyfish. It's got weird sort of movements on it. That's awesome. I got some beauties in that swipe. They were all right over the sand here. Oh, that one got away. But there's some beauties here. Nice to see. Loads of prawns this time. Didn't mess around on this forage. We come for the big prawns, and we certainly got them. My foraging net took a little bit of a hammering on this one. Gonna have to fix that up soon. These are the last prawns of the night. Got really small shore crab there. But lovely big prawns. I should have come to this spot earlier. There's nothing but monsters around here. So what we're going to do now, guys, I'm just going to walk my way through the eel grass just to finish the night off. We've got enough prawns now, so if we can find any cool creatures and happy days, but if not, it's been a fun, enjoyable forage. Just going to sort out our catch a bit. Got a big old squid there. And get the seaweed out of here. And what we've got is a big old mound of prawns. And they're all lovely size as well. Some of them are just monstrous. They're the size of that. So proper big prawns. Hopefully we get a nice feed out of this. That's a nice forage, that. All lovely size as well. So I'll see you in the kitchen for a cook up. And I'm going to do something with these prawns. I've decided, guys, I'm going to let this go. We don't need one scallop. If we found a few more, I would have kept them, but there's just no point. I'm right at the low water's edge here, so it's just a lucky day. It's a very lucky scallop right there. Check those out, guys. Lovely big prawns, and we got a whole bowl full of them. Some of them are monstrous. Great size. So that's what we wanted tonight. We went out for a prawn forage and we got a big old bowl full. So I'm just going to quickly cook them up and we'll eat them in the morning. So all I do to this, guys, is get this up to a boil, and I just add a load of sea salt, and that is it. And these do not take long whatsoever. It's literally a few minutes cook. So once this is boiling, I'll dump all of these straight in there, and you'll see how fast they go orange. You give them a few more minutes, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and that's it, done. These are smelling amazing. Look at that. We've got a good old about 2 pints of prawns here. Some really big ones, some medium, but most of them are quite a big size for Guernsey anyway. I know other parts of the world you get them the size of lobsters, but we don't here. This is the best we got. So I'll see you in the morning, guys. We're going to tuck into these delicious prawns. Beautifully cooked, ready to be eaten. With peeling prawns, it's really easy. Just pop the head off and you can get your thumbnail underneath the shell there and just peel it round. Squeeze the bottom of the tail and there you go. That's the whole prawn out. Oh, get that in a separate bowl. You got to repeat that as many times as you got prawns. Once you get going, it doesn't take long to peel them. Some of these prawns have got amazing size to them. In Guernsey, like, we get a lot around this sort of size, around that sort of size. That's usually a good average for Guernsey. So when we start getting these sort of 3-inch ones, that's happy days. You're on to a winner. Good old classic, the prawn cocktail. All we've got here is some iceberg lettuce. We've got half a bowl of prawns there. We didn't do all of them because it takes ages, but that's enough for me to make my meal. So this is one of the simplest cooks ever. All we've got to do, get our lettuce in there. Nice and simple. You can put some salad dressing on if you like. I'm not too keen on salad dressing. So what I'm going to do is stick my prawns in the centre. Now we're going to mix up a little bit of sauce. Some mayo, you can use You can use salad cream if you like, and a bit of tomato sauce. Give that a good stir up till it goes nice and orange. Beautiful. What I'm going to do, a bit of salt and pepper in there. Not too much. Put a little bit of lemon in there if you like as well, just to give it some flavour. But that is good enough for me. So we got, that's our prawn cocktail just there. A little bit of sauce straight over the top. A little bit more because I'm on the chunky side. Oh yeah. So there we have it, guys. Really easy. What's it? Probably a few minutes just cooking prawns, peeling them, and a nice old salad. Check that out. Delicious. Such a refreshing meal, this. And the taste you get from local prawns opposed to the ones you find in the packet is completely different. It's almost like mini lobsters. It's got a very similar taste. But if that's all you can get, then it is what it is, you know? Mmm. Oh. This is old school. Just a plain old prawn salad. Oh yeah, bit of Mary Rose sauce. Mmm. It's amazing to see the squid come around now. We're starting to find them quite often on the forages. So hopefully on the next big tides, they're in force and we can start finding a couple maybe. That'd be nice. So I won't leave the video any longer, guys. It is what it is. Prawn salad, pretty much. Or prawn cocktail. And it is absolutely delicious. So stay tuned if you want any merch. The link's in the description, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. There's going to be plenty more to come. It's smash fishing, baby.